Hey guys, it's your boy Gamer27. Today I'll be ranking every single Koopaling. And when I say Koopaling, I don't mean just, Ludwig, Roy, Wendy, Morton, Larry, Lemmy, Ludwig, Iggy, all those guys. That'd make the video too short. To make it more interesting, I'm gonna be adding Pom Pom, Boom Boom, Bowser Jr., Bowser, and Magic Koopa or Kamek on here too. So it's not just the Kooplings, it's every other Koopa boss. So if you guys do disagree, be sure to leave your thoughts down below. Remember, it's just my opinion, so you don't have to get mad if we disagree, which we most likely will. But with that out of the way, let's get right to the video. At last place is Pom Pom. And man, I just do not like Pom Pom at all. I mean, what was the point of adding her in the first place? She's not unique. She pretty much has the same boss fight every single time. There's just nothing good about her. I don't see a reason for her to exist. And why was she in Super Mario Party instead of Boom Boom? I mean, at least Boom Boom's been around for a while. I mean, yeah, his boss fights are kind of boring. But, at least he has nostalgia factor going for him. What do people like about Pom Pom? I mean, there's no point for her to exist. She's kind of a ripoff of Boom Boom. I just don't see a reason for her to exist. Her boss fights are nothing special. And she's a really boring character. She has no personality whatsoever. And in some games she steals a spot from a character that could have been from a character that we all love. That's why Pom Pom has to come in at dead last. At number 11 is Boom Boom, or the Mad Lad as Nintendo likes to call him. And, well, I find this guy much better than Pom Pom, but he's still my second least favorite Koopaling. Well, quote-unquote Koopaling, since he's not technically one, but I'm still counting him on this list anyway because, he's still a Koopa boss. That doesn't matter. Alright, I actually like Boom Boom's design. He's pretty cool. He's pretty unique. He has very long arms. But my main problem, you fight this guy way too much. If you've played every single Mario game, you've fought this guy at least 30 times. And he pretty much never changes from boss fight to boss fight. You might add water or wings eventually, but that's not enough to, change the boss fight or make it any better. And it doesn't help that this guy's in literally almost every Mario game. They can't do something original only because they gotta slap in this guy for whatever game they put him in. Like when they were making Super Mario 3D World, they were trying to think of some original bosses, and they did think of one. But what did they had a bunch of original bosses. But what did they put in on the airship battles? Boom Boom, a character that we really didn't have to see in a console game. He was in 3D Land, but why 3D World 2? And the bosses are basically identical in 3D Land and 3D World. Just that this guy pretty much just has the same boss fights and never changes. But the only reason he's above is because he's existed for a while, and he actually does have a purpose to serve as mini bosses, unlike Pom Pom. But he still can't compare to the other Koopalings, which is why he has to come in at number 11. At number 10 is Wendy, and me and my friend make jokes about how Wendy is awful. Alright, she really isn't awful. She's not awful, but she is my least favorite out of the real Koopalings. I don't know, her beauty purpose, her beauty personality. I'm not saying she's beautiful, because she honestly is pretty ugly, but the personality of her being, that she says she's beautiful, it doesn't, for a boy like me, obviously, you better not say I'm a girl, because I'm not. Well, it just doesn't fit my personal like ratio. If that makes sense, not to make that sound out of context or anything. It's just that Wendy kind of has a bland design. You could say that for most Koopalings, but compared to the others, hers is kind of bland. She looks like one of those people you'd see in a shopping mall who just has a bunch of accessories on. That's pretty much what Wendy is. And she's pretty much always the ice or water world boss anyway. But they all evolve rings. on one hand, I like that they're keeping the consistency, kind of like with Lemmy with all the balls. Oh God, oh people are gonna take that way too seriously, but yeah, Wendy basically uses her rings for every fight, but at least she uses the rings in a different way each fight. I mean, Mario Bros. U, they have icicles, and once they hit them, they'll fall. And in Wii, they had water, which will slow them down, and you can't jump on her head that way. So, but each fight is unique, and I have to say, I actually do like quite a lot of them. But design-wise and personality-wise, she is my least favorite. Well, real Koopaling out of them all, which is why she comes in at number 10. Hold on your shades and do not fade, because Roy is here at number 9. That sentence didn't make any sense, but I don't care. I'm trying to rhyme. Don't judge me. Anyway, Roy is a really cool dude, quite literally, because he got shades on, and he's pink. I don't really know why he's pink, but I actually don't have a problem with it. I mean, he's a cool, tough boy. And most of his fights are unique. Almost all of them are unique. They're all very fun. Like in Mario Bros. 2, he becomes a charging Chuck and tries to like tackle you. And in U, he has a giant bullet bill bazooka. Every single fight with him is unique, and I mean, his design is better than Wendy's, obviously, because he got shades on. That's the main reason he's above her alone. Because all the boss fights are really cool. I like his cool personality, which is why I think he should come in at number 9. At number 8, we got Magic Koopa. And why do I like Magic Koopa? Why would you count this as a boss? I mean, like, it was an enemy in most games. Well, in the new ones, Magic Koopa is mostly used as a boss. So I'm just going to include Magic Koopa anyway, because it's my list. I can do whatever I want. People can't tell me what to do. Anyway, I'm joking. Just a fun fact before I get into Magic Koopa, or Kamek, is that Magic Koopa was originally supposed to be in Mario Kart 64, but got scrapped for Donkey Kong, which, that's sad, but it makes sense. Anyway, what do I say about Kamek? Well, Kamek has a long legacy of being in a lot of Mario games, and the boss fights are really fun. Although they're basically the same between each version, there's still a lot of fun. You know, she teleports around, or he, I don't really know the gender, but I'm pretty sure it's a he. They teleport around, and there's a bunch of blocks, and they hit you with the spells. And if they hit a block with the spells, they'll fall. It's just a really fun battle. And Magic Koopa, or Kamek, is actually seen in Mario Tennis, which is a pretty cool thing going for him. But yeah, I just think Magic Koopa has a really long legacy, and you know, being a wizard, which, you know, that's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool things about Magic Koopa, which is why it's going to be at number 8. At number 7 is Ball Boy, or Lemmy, as I like to call him. And there's a couple reasons why I like this guy. Well, one, I find the balls that he uses in all of his fights really unique. I find it unique that he uses them in every fight, but makes it unique every single time. Like, there's one fight where the bombs are balls. No, the balls are bombs. There's one where he makes the ball big. Oh my gosh, everything's gonna be so out of context with this video. Oh my god. But anyway, yeah, they always find a way to make the ball mechanic in his boss fights unique, which I find that pretty admirable since he's been around for like 17 years and had God knows how many boss fights. But I just find it really cool. I like the color of his hair too. Red, blue, and yellow have a great combination together, and I like he's the smallest one, but I like the little stripes, the little orange stripes he has on the side of his head too. I find that pretty cool. He's also very small. That doesn't suit me at all since I'm very tall, but I really like his design though. He has a unique design, being cross-eyed. I mean, that's not exactly a reason why he's number 7 for him to be cross-eyed. But it's still something unique that he has going for him that no other Koopaling does aside from the ball mechanic. But I find Lemmy really cool. And I like the fact that he looks like a circus actor too, which I think he actually is one if he had a real job. Anyway, I really like Lemmy, which is why Lemmy comes in at number 7. At number 6 is the youngest Koopaling, Larry. And I know, his design is kind of basic. I know. But I really like the shade of blue this guy has for his shell and his hair. I know his boss fights are kind of meh because they all have to revolve around moving platforms and they're very easy, I know. But it's hard to explain. But something about this guy really makes me like him a lot compared to most other Koopalings. I can't exactly explain what it is. I just really like Larry for some reason. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't have a lot of reasons why I like him, just do. And number 5 is Ludwig von Beethoven, Ludwig von Koopa. And yeah, for this being the oldest and smartest of all the Koopalings, you'd expect it to have some of the best boss fights out of all the Koopalings. And yep, he does. His boss fights are actually my second favorite. Like, all of his boss fights are so unique. I like the one in Mario Bros. Wii where he has 3 platforms and he goes like spread shot, magic beams at you, and he flutter kicks in the air. I actually found that boss fight pretty challenging. Actually, when speaking about it, Ludwig is pretty much the only Koopaling who has difficult boss fights. I actually used to struggle with him quite a lot when I was younger. Don't call me a noob because I was younger then. I don't have as much trouble with him now, but back then I did. Alright, I just find Ludwig unique. He has a lot of, his boss fights are always different. Like in U, he duplicates himself into 3 clones. In Mario Bros. 2, he uses chains. Mario Bros. Wii, he has 3 platforms that constantly go up in the air. Like, Ludwig always has unique boss fights from all the Koopalings. Like, some of the Koopalings' boss fights can kind of feel the same, but that doesn't happen for Ludwig at all. His boss fights change each time, and I love his emo hair. I also like the blue on his shell and hair too. It's a nice dark blue color that I really like. I just really like this Koopaling's design too. Some may say it's simple, but in this situation, simple is better because Ludwig has earned himself the number 5 spot. At number 4 is Morton, and if I'm gonna be serious, I have no idea why I like Morton so much. I just do. Like, I know he looks like a copy of Roy, except less cool without the shades, but I don't care. I like Morton much better anyway. Maybe it's because he has a drumstick in his hand on the top left picture, but who knows? I just really like Morton. I like how like, you know, all the Koopalings are either yellow or green. No, this Koopaling has dark gray and light gray, which I really like the color difference from the rest. It makes them much easier to recognize between the rest of them. And Morton's boss fights are alright. I mean, they're pretty good, but I mean, Morton is he's so cool, he's so funny. Like in Paper Mario Color Splash, he said when he dies, he's like, Morton, more like Leston. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but I don't care because it's funny, okay? You can't tell me otherwise. Anyway, Morton's so cool. I just really like Morton a lot. He may be a copy of Roy, but I don't care. Morton is God anyway. For the main boss of the Mario franchise, you expect Bowser to be at number 1, but no, there's actually a couple things holding him back from there. Yes, there are a ton of boss fights about him, and all of them are unique in one way or another. But not all the boss fights are great. Trust me, there are some great ones, some great boss fights that Bowser is in. But some of them are just meh. Like the one in Super Mario Bros. They're all the same. You fight them 8 times. They're pretty much all the same. Bowser also doesn't have that much personality to me. It doesn't feel like he has much. Like, aside from just capturing the princess. I mean, in Mario Odyssey, they did give him the personality of him wanting to marry her, but there's really not that much else from that. I also put Dry Bowser here because, you know, they're both Bowser. Dry Bowser doesn't have that much personality either. He's basically just Bowser, but dead. It's just kind of morbid when you think about it. But I find Dry Bowser boss fights more fun, though. So I guess you could say he's slightly over Bowser, but only because his boss fights are better and more challenging. Which in a Mario game where they're all pretty easy, having harder boss fights with Dry Bowser, it's actually pretty refreshing, actually. Which is why I gotta put Bowser and Dry Bowser at number 3. But I guess you could technically say Dry Bowser is a little bit better. And number 2 is the Pineapple Head Iggy. And oh my gosh, what do I say about this guy? This guy is glorious. Let's look at him. Just look at Iggy. You cannot tell me that guy is glorious. I mean, just look at that. Look at that guy. Alright, now he has a pineapple head, which automatically makes him my favorite Koopaling. Technically, my favorite Koopaling, because my number one pick is not a Koopaling. You could probably guess. But oh my gosh, I just love Iggy so much. He's supposed to be crazy and hyperactive, which that isn't me at all, but I find it just so funny though. I like it in the games. Whenever you show up, he smacks his butt at you. I don't know why he does that, but it's cool. But Iggy's boss fights are my favorite out of all the Koopalings. Like, I mean, yeah, they all use chain chomps, but they all use it in such unique ways. Like, in Mario Bros. Wii has to be my favorite though, because he rides a little carriage while his giant chain chomp is just coming right after you. Think about it like it's like a horror movie. Like you're just running away from this giant beast of destruction. And I like Iggy's glasses too. It looks at him even more insane than he already is. I just love Iggy so much. I also like the shade of green. He's also tall, which I'm tall, so that's another thing that we have. But I really like Iggy a lot though. He's my favorite Koopaling, and Iggy is also God, which is why he has to be at number 2. At number 1 is Bowser Jr. And look at that, Bowser Jr. has a phone. He's automatically number 1 because he is a man of culture. He's got a phone. Oh yeah. Alright, but serious talk, Bowser Jr. has to be number 1 for a load of reasons. When I said Iggy's boss fights were the best out of all the Koopalings, I meant the 7 Koopalings. Bowser Jr. has the best boss fights in the entire Mario series. Don't at me. He uses different machines every single time, and he makes them all by hand. Like, look at, like there was one with Mega Leg, there's Gobble Gut, the Castle Fortress in Mario Galaxy, the Hammer Guy, and that's near the top left. He always has a unique boss fight for every single world. Yeah, you fight him a bunch of times, but each one is unique. The fact that they've been able to make so many unique bosses with one character is pretty admirable, honestly. And I really like his design too. He looks like a young Bowser, which that's pretty much what he is. But Bowser Jr. also displays a lot more personality than Bowser does. Like he beats Mario just to get his mama back, which he believes is Peach in Mario Sunshine. And he just has a lot more personality than Bowser does. He actually has a goal for kidnapping Peach. Yeah, Bowser had one too. But Bowser Jr.'s story for capturing is much more meaningful than just, oh, I'm going to capture a princess because I want to marry her. This Bowser Jr. has such a great design, great personality, great boss fights, and that's what you need in a great video game boss. And that's why Bowser Jr. has to be my number 1 favorite Koopaling. Technically.